today's travel blog, I've come to Bradford on Avon, where we are having a English Civil War reenactment, and there's demonstrations and storming of the Bradford Bridge, which is the Royalist and the Parliamentarians. A very interesting period of history. 1640s, the King Charles I was put on the spot with Mr. Oliver Cromwell, who was a parliamentarian, and he wanted reform, and he wanted the King's powers to be dissipated, and basically civil war ensued. 1642, I think it was, until 1645. So we had 3 or 4 years of battle between families sometimes, where they either royalist or they were for the parliamentarians. The new model army was Oliver Cromwell's big baby. It was his invention. He had a new way of working with the armies, and obviously they had lots of money to be able to afford the army soldiers, and they had everything. They had all the kit. And the king was obviously, at the time, the royal family had ultimate power, and they could make decisions. And the parliamentarians, the parliament at the time, didn't like that, and they wanted reform. So obviously, they wanted to do away with the king, and unfortunately, eventually, they did do away with the king because he was executed, and his son took over. King Charles II. This is an event in Bradford on Avon, and it's a 2-day event, and hopefully later on we'll be able to see some marching demos and some demonstrations. But the main event is going to be on the bridge, which hopefully we'll get to see the storming of the bridge when cavalry attacked the parliamentarians.
Yes. Yeah. That was full of
Grab something. You refer to it as a rag. Oh, yes. I'm not new.
We work partnership. This is the Preservation Trust, and they very, very kindly let us use this for the event.
Julie and I.
Of course, they have some metal sticks to get the liquid glass on.
Yep.
Once they are freshly put on, we can take them out. Oh, that's good. bit smoky at the moment.
Where's Bogan?
Oh, talking to George. Or William, whatever his name is.
Carrying little pots and little things like that. You imagine if you're a soldier, you wouldn't carry this very far, you'd throw it away. And you go to the houses and get food. The locals either buy pounds or say, look at your food. Parliament was actually very good at paying for food, and they made sure that they paid for it all, because otherwise people would hide stuff and they'd get upset and you turn the population against you. And that's, I think, why at the end of the war there wasn't a kind of guerrilla war or anything. When the Royalists were finally defeated, they just kind of gave up. And when the Parliamentary Army went to Cornwall, which was very pro-Royalist, the Parliament soldiers paid for everything, and they made sure if they couldn't pay then they'd give a promissory note. So if you look on your £5 note, it would say, I promise to pay the bearer, so that's kind of where it started. And there was a lot of, and when we win the war we'll pay you type stuff. And they paid the way, and everybody was kind of like, alright, bit of a difference to our own soldiers who've been robbing us blind of everything, and they're meant to be on our side. And the foreign soldiers in the Royalist Army in particular were notorious for robbing people and taking stuff, because that's what they did on the continent basically, they just stole everything. And that was an inducement to join the army. If it's cold, horrible winter and you've got no food, somebody gives you some weapons, and you can go off and with your mates and sort everybody else out. There's some nice accounts at the start of the war of trained bands, which are part-time soldiers from London marching out, and they go into somebody's deer park, break the fence down and shoot the deer. And they're just like, hey, we never got to do this before, because the landowner would get his men onto us and we were just like apprentice boys. Now we've got guns, so we're going to go shoot a deer. So they shoot a deer, take the deer away, and their own cavalry then rob them of the deer. And then the next day when the cavalry are coming back in for patrol, they rob the cavalry of everything they've got. So they're having this little thing between their own side. Then they go and steal the altar cloth, and somebody wears it as a cloak. And, you can get up to all sorts of things, overturn society. So a lot of people like it for that sort of thing. But we don't really know how they got fed. So this is kind of just a demonstration of what it might be like.
What have you done then, Stephen? What have you done?
But of course, you'll be chopping down your fences and things like that to make fires, and chopping down your trees, so you get a bit annoyed with that sort of thing going on. Imagine thousands of men tramping across the countryside. Not only would you see where they'd been.
Yeah, sorry, it's got a long way to go.
So they've been going about 15, unless of course
Right, you've done. I'm going to get through that.
Yes.
I'm going to get through that. Thank you. Cheers.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just photographs, that's all we got.
Yeah. All right.
There's all the living history stuff going
Yes.
on there.
Yes, I'm heading over there now.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Made it so you can't get through on the grass. All the guy ropes are in the way.
Good morning.
Morning.
Are you well?
Thank you, yes.
Good.
Yes, not too bad.
You part of the photographic team?
No, I'm making a private travel video.
Fantastic.
Yes, doing events like this with the
Party on the way.
with the scooter.
That's a good idea. Which ones have you been around then?
Oh, I've been all around, various towns and National Trust properties. And
Yeah.
This is my first event with in the Civil War.
Oh, brilliant. Well, there's plenty of us.
And
This
very
is quite a good
interesting.
one. Quite a
It's
big
my
one. So.
historic period I like very much.
Do you?
Yes.
You're not one of these Tudor fans, are you?
No.
I'm getting a bit fed up with the Tudors, aren't you?
No, I just very royalist.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything.
No, shush.
Yeah. It's a very interesting period. We were talking. I watched David Starkey programme the other night. He
Yeah.
was talking about it, but we were never taught it at school.
No. Well, I personal interest. I've learnt a lot.
You have to do your own reading
Yeah.
and research, don't you?
Yeah.
So where are you going after this one then? We haven't
I'm
decided.
going down to the bridge, down to watch the battle
Well, that'd be good.
and the royalists win.
They do occasionally. Later on in the season, they don't.
No, it's yes, very sad, isn't it? Very sad.
Well, it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, the civil war's all around the world, isn't there?
Yes, well, you can look at America, can't you?
That's going to go the same way.
It's not brilliant,
God
not
help
very
them if
good.
they get Trump. That's all I can see. Anyway, it's nothing to do with us.
Yes,
That's after my time.
we don't know anything about that.
No, we know nothing about that
We
one.
travel back in time,
That's right, yeah. Well,
unless you've got a little time machine in there.
No, it's at home.
So what are you doing in this little
Well,
tent
this is
here?
the Justice of the Peace household.
Oh,
And he's wandered off to see somebody to make sure that the traders are not trading illegally.
I see, paying the due.
That's right. It's my daughter-in-law, because my son's off fighting.
Fighting.
So we've taken her in.
Fighting
because
for?
the
I
king.
think, okay, good.
Fighting for the king.
Okay, good.
So he's off. So we've taken her in because her house
Yes.
has been taken over by troops.
By the right side or the wrong side?
Well, it all depends because it just keeps changing hands,
Oh,
and so we're looking after her, and she's keeping herself amused by painting. But normally she'd be doing some household duties and
yes,
helping somebody else.
yes.
So she's doing well over there. We can make up all sorts of stories. So that's one.
She do some writing?
Yeah,
painting.
Oh, painting.
painting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really good
I
day.
can have a little look round. Just,
Yeah. Good luck with the
yeah,
packing.
yeah, thank you.
Good morning.
Colourful colours.
Oh,
I'll show you what colour it should come like.
What would you use to make the colour?
Well, it's this one. No, that's very nice. But they're all labelled. This one's chamomile colour.
now, I don't know if I can get over to the other side. Cross grass. It's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, the screw. Yeah, that's called screw. What you do is when you get a little bit of screws like this,
Hello.
Hello?
the spillage like that, all you do is you just use the ribbon on it. That's what you do. That's
I must be going blind. Where's the one that's missing?
or more like
I'm definitely going blind. It's the one at the end. Silly boy.
That's for the powder.
Yes, for the powder. This is actually a new model army
Oh, is it?
sized one. That actually takes 6 drams of powder. That's a hell of a shot. That's the original shot. It's worth the powder.
Wow.
So, yeah. You wouldn't dare put that down one of our reenactors' guns.
Blow it up.
It could very well blow it up, depending on. I've actually used that down there, and the recoil is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was purely by accident. But they do happen, unfortunately.
Yes.
So this one came off last battle I did, and I've got to try and work out how to work it back on again, which will be done. I'll work out where the knot is. Oh, there he be at the back. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 1643. We are now in the middle of the English Civil War. Bradford on Avon is a parliamentarian town.
Turn it on.
It's in rebellion against its lawful king. However, retribution is at hand. Sir Ralph Hopton's Cornish army lies in wait a few miles away. It needs a crossing across the River Avon, and what better than the magnificent bridge of Bradford on Avon? I think a few cheers for your magnificent bridge. Excellent. And already a sentry has been dispatched, alerting the garrison. He's not shouting very loudly, but if he were, he would be shouting out, "The Royalists are here," or something like that, or "Good grief, we're doomed." What he has seen, he's a sentry from further in the town, he has seen an advanced party of the Royalist army, anxious to seize the bridge. They're moving fast. At this rate, they're going to get to the bridge before the defenders do. All that stands in their way is a set of traffic lights. Nevertheless, the parliamentarian garrison have been charged by Sir William Waller himself to defend this bridge against all comers. And you should see pouring out any minute now.
Defenders.
Musketeers and pikemen ready to see off any threat.
Who are we cheering for again?
Ladies and gentlemen, your heroic defenders.
Oh, they're parliamentarians.
As victory advance, so we see 2 bodies of musketeers armed with matchlock muskets. Did anybody see my talk yesterday? No, nobody? We talked of matchlock muskets yesterday. Not deadly by themselves, but when you fire in volleys together, they can kill a lot of your enemy. And we see a detachment of Sir Martin Rawdon's regiment of foot of the Royalist army about to engage. They're firing by rank, one rank at a time, to provide a continuous level of firepower. What they may not know yet is that the musketeers and the parliamentarians are supported by a division of pikemen, hand-to-hand combat specialists.
Young Graham. 3G only, you need to wind up.
And I believe that the lieutenant of the garrison, Lieutenant Peachy, he realises he has the advantage, and he is about to unleash an assault by the pikemen. It could be an easy parliamentarian victory is at hand. It appears that some arbitrary Royalist regiment may have overreached themselves. The musketeers have nothing to fight back against the pikemen. And as I predicted, the pikemen surged forward. 16-foot long spears, tipped with steel, ready to drive off the Royalists. And off they go. An easy victory for the parliamentarians. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears your town is safe. As sensible soldiers, the pikemen are now returning to their division of musketeers.
Oh, here they come.
Wait, what is this? Enemy cavalry have also approached, and here they come. Royalist cavalry, led by Prince Maurice himself. Hand-to-hand combat against the pikemen trying to break through and seize the bridge, which at the moment looks very safe. The Royalist cavalry at this stage of the war were very highly respected. They were fierce fighters, highly motivated, and yet they cannot break through that line of pikemen. And could it be that the brave Royalist Cavaliers are also being forced to take flight? We shall see what happens next. And so, the Roundhead pikemen, the victorious Roundhead pikemen, having seen off 2 assaults, now return to their main body. The Royalist musketeers have returned, no doubt because they feel more confident backed up by their cavalry. They have started to fire by salve. A salve is like a volley. All the musketeers fire at once. Left havoc on their enemies. A very rebellious parliamentarian regiment, asking for soldiers' rights. Their commander, Sir William Warner, he would not be impressed. I think the Royalists are about to fire one more salve, which may just cripple the parliamentarians if this volley is sufficiently effective.
Yeah, good idea, James.
Here we go.
Just as they fire, ready? Ready? Good one.
And they have killed some of the pikemen. And the Roundhead defenders are weakened as they take casualties. Surely the Royalists will take the opportunity to send forward the cavalry one more time. I'll say that again. Surely the Royalists will take the opportunity to send forward the cavalry one more time.
Come on, cavalry.
When you're acting with animals, isn't it?
I don't think they can hear the commentary up there.
I think that bloke over there can.
And more parliamentarians die. Suddenly the Royalists, their musketry has improved an awful lot in the last 10 minutes. And it looks like Bradford and Avon Bridge might fall after all.
Too deep, cross it out.
Our ancestors. Yeah.
I don't mind, I'm not dying. Try to counter these off the side.
And as we thought, as I predicted, the Royalist cavalry are returning
Here they
to mop up the survivors of that awesome display of firepower known as the Normandy Royalist Division of Shot. Here they come. There is no defensive formation at hand. I think the Roundheads are broken. Their team is organised and they fix the firepower. Surely Lieutenant Peachy will see that all is lost and he will need to surrender. I think the Mounted Musketeers are cornered. They have troops behind them now. The pikemen are isolated. And they've had enough, ladies and gentlemen. Your brave defenders are surrendering. Please don't think too badly of them. They were in a position of military impossibility, ladies and gentlemen. And so the Royalists seized the bridge, which I'm sure they would signify by their ensign flourishing the colours at the bridge. Or maybe he's going to flourish the colours, yes, 20 yards from the bridge. Ladies and gentlemen, the colours that are flying are the new colours of Sir Marmaduke Rawdon's Regiment of Foot. A golden griffin on a red background. This is the first time they've been viewed in public. Painted by Joseph Remnant, who put a lot of hours in. So please, round of applause for a magnificent set of colours. And so, Lieutenant Towers of the Musketeers is going to detach two of his Musketeers to take the commander of the Roundhead force prisoner. So Lieutenant Peachy is going to be marched to the rather convenient prison you have on your magnificent bridge. And there he will stay, unless he's allowed out for good behaviour.
Come on,
so much I can carry on.
I'll round this up your food, guys.
And the rest of the prisoners may regain their weapons and march off to St Margaret's with the victorious cavalry and musketeers.
The King of the North! The Church of the Lord! Charles, King of England!
Charles, King of England!
Prince Rupert of the Rhine!
Prince Rupert of the Rhine!
God save the King!
God save the King!
And ladies and gentlemen, just in case,
Go too wide. Go. Just hold on the back too wide.
and ladies and gentlemen, just in case you didn't know, we are just pretending. This isn't real. And because it's not real, it's my privilege to say, may the dead arise. And if the soldiers can now depart, I suggest the foot soldiers depart to St Margaret's, the only car park operating in the 17th century. And I suggest Ensign Walsh, you regain your division.
Cover your ranks and files! As you were when
And can the soldiers step off from the road, please? Step off from the road. All the soldiers, step off now, please. All the soldiers, step off from the road. There is an emergency vehicle coming through, I believe. Here it comes.
Should we give it a tip?
That was very interesting, wasn't it? And lots of action going on, but we actually chose the wrong spots to stand. And obviously the video will be very shaky, I'm sure, but we'll see what happens. Just a quick word about accessibility there, because it was actually quite busy with 6 ranks of people, and accessibility was, it's very difficult to see anything from where we were. So choosing your spot is quite important.